What's up, guys? It's Mike.
It's Jen.
Jen, let's say one day you get married and your parents buy you a house. And it's a small house. It's a tiny house. You're like, it sucks. It's kind of small. But how would you feel? I mean, you're still grateful, right?
I'd be completely content because they're buying me the house.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it.
Because especially in China where there's not a lot of people that have, I mean, there are a lot of people that own property, but it's not, I mean, people who are in rural areas, they're living in caves. A lot of people are living in caves. They can't afford a house. And guys who can't even afford houses, they usually don't get married because that's what the girl requested. But this guy in this story, this is crazy. This is from Harbin.
Sad.
And so this guy was on the streets beating two elderly people. And people filmed this and take a look. So he's beating these people. And then the crowd realizes that those two are his parents.
This is mind-boggling.
First of all, beating your parents for any reason, it's wrong. I mean, you cannot do it.
That's a sin. You don't do that. Your parents raised you.
Yeah, especially in a country that values filial piety
Yeah.
so much. Like, you respect your parents. You never do anything bad to your parents. But the reason behind this is really just ticks me off. The reason he was beating them was because the house that the parents bought him and his new wife, he thought it was too small.
Maybe he was like some spoiled kid or something.
No, he's definitely a spoiled kid. I mean, this kid, like, I don't know. I mean, there's something just so off with him. That's why when the crowd found out that those were his parents that were beating, a bunch of guys went up and beat him up.
Yeah, they started chasing him.
Yeah.
And the police came and they had to like take him away or something.
Right, and then they realized that he beat his parents because they didn't buy him a big enough house. Can you imagine, like, and the parents, when he was beating the elderly couple, was so sad. Like, they just stood there because they were like, to cover their head, they didn't fight back or anything, obviously.
This is so sad to me because I can't imagine ever doing this to my parents. You know, when I was young and I just like talked back to my parents,
Yeah.
they made me stand outside for like half an hour. So like,
Wait, that's it? Wait, you only had to stand outside for half an hour.
yeah, I talk like when I said like when I went against their opinion or whatever. Sometimes they would. Just
You only had to stand outside?
What do your parents like paddle you?
Whoa, this is like the lightest Asian punishment I've ever heard in my life. Wait, was it freezing outside? No, you're from Vancouver, it's not even cold. Was it raining?
No, I just outside my door.
So you guys live in an apartment building or a
Yeah,
house?
that time we lived in an apartment.
So you stood outside in a climate controlled area
To be
for half an
fair,
hour.
I was in 3rd grade.
But still, I was in 3rd grade when I got whooped. I mean, come on, like most of Asian kids. Yo, I've been whooped since like I can remember.
Okay, well, I was a good child and I barely ever did anything to them, so.
I'm not a bad child. I'm not a bad child. I mean, I got whooped for anything. Like my dad
Oh,
used
God.
to play soccer, so he would kick me like a soccer ball,
Really?
like in my butt, so it doesn't like do anything. You know,
No, my
real
dad
damage.
actually didn't ever do anything to me.
So did they yell at you?
Yeah, he yelled at me, but never in my entire life did he like physically touch me.
Wow.
My
at
mom
that.
would, but like,
Your mom beat you
no.
a little bit?
She didn't beat me, she just like pulled me out, made me stand and stuff.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Wow.
my grandfather would beat me.
Do the younger? I mean, there's a age gap between you and I. So is it younger Asians that don't get beat anymore? Like I got my parents would beat me differently. My dad would kick me in the butt. My mom would twist my arm, like just twist a piece of flesh and pinch me. That's her weapon of choice is pinching, and it gave me great satisfaction when the time came where I was kind of like I'm better at tolerating pain. Then I'm like, yo, doesn't hurt. And then she would pinch me harder and harder. And you stood outside for half an hour.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well, I'm a girl too. You're a guy.
I mean, look, girls get beat. I don't know, like.
No, but like do you think fathers would feel more uncomfortable beating like their daughters?
that's
though?
true. That's true.
I don't know.
Mothers would be fine with it. But and then sons, either gender is like fine. Like, father or mother would be beating the kids. But this child definitely didn't get beat when he was a kid because this kid, I mean, what he did is no regard, no respect,
Wrong.
no fear of his parents, nothing at all. He's just kind of like retaliating because they bought you a small house. You're lucky to buy you anything. Like there are people out there who get married, got nothing. Literally, we did a story about a guy who got married and he lived in a cave. You want a cave? But I'm glad this guy got beat up by the people who were around him. Like, you deserved it, man. And I hope after you get out of the police station, like, I don't know. I mean, and the crazy thing about Chinese parents is that they'll forgive anything too. They'll be like, all right, well, I
don't know about that.
No, I'm telling you, Chinese parents are so forgiving and so tolerant about that stuff. Like, you're still their kid. They're still gonna take care of you and everything. So, I mean, that's kind of what makes.
Unless you do something really bad, and they'll just like seriously want to disown you.
But they won't. Like, it's just so forgiving. But that's kind of also what makes this story really sad. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on this, and let us know if you're Asian. Did you get beat or did you stand outside? I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.
Bye.